Friends, welcome to Aisha's DIY. Today we will make a pendant for the earrings, a matching pendant for these earrings that we made with the GGC Treasure Bag, the spring palette. We are going to use wildfire, 6-pound wildfire, little above like 2 yards of thread is needed in a frost color, and then size 12 or 10 beading needle, whichever you have available, and some lemon seed beads, and also a wire guardian. Wire guardian is essential. I mean, it's optional if you want to not do the wire guardian for the pendant, but for the earrings I would recommend using a wire guardian for sure, because that's what will make it sit right. So I have a wire guardian here. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not, but I shall keep it right next to me if you need it. And then also this bead that we got from the box, we used two. There was 3 in one color, so we used 2 for the earrings. So I'm going to use this, and you can use a contrast color too if you want to. You can use the yellow or the blue and even the pink, but I like the purple, so I'm going to use that. And also lemon seed beads in the lavender color, and I'm using a Picasso sea foam lemon Mayuki as well. So let's get started. First of all, take a elongated bicone, right, and a lemon seed bead, and then a 6mm English cut bead, and then a lemon seed bead, and then a elongated bicone. This is what I have in my needle, just like that. Then drop it down all the way to the end of the thread. You can leave a short tail if you want to. I'm gonna leave some because I'm gonna weave that in. So I'm going to again take the end, the tail end, and then going to just tie an overhand knot, not a pretty big knot or something, just an overhand knot and a surgeon's knot. Overhand knot is right over left and go through the loop. Surgeon's knot is going through that loop twice, right? Just that. I have a tail which I will get rid of at the end. So now here it is. So go through the, it's pretty much same as the earrings that we did, but we are going to go the full circle. That's what I thought. I'll do it. Then pick up an English cut. My thread is ready to pick up the beads. An English cut, 11 and then a elongated bicone. My thread is exiting out here. I'm going to go from the top to make a circle. It's a right angle weave. If you pull the thread, your beads will sit right where it has to. My thread is exiting out of the lemino. Go through the 6mm and the lemino, and go through the bicone as well. Tighten that up. I'm ready to pick up the next one. Next one will be a bicone, 11 and a 6mm. This is what I have in my needle. My thread is exiting out here. I will call it inside, and this is outside. So I come back through from the outside towards the inside. That will form a circle, and this is what we have. My thread is exiting out of the bicone here. To get into position to add the next unit here, I go through the bicone and the lemino, and I pull the thread. Make sure it's nice and tight. Now I have to pick up, there is already 11 here, so I'm just going to, I'll just zoom in a bit more. Already 11 here, so I'm going to pick up a 6mm 11 and then a 6mm in my needle. Then I'll come back through the bottom and then the 11 and pull my thread. Just be gentle with it. These are all crystals, they have sharp edges, so we need to be gentle. At the same time, we have to pull the cord through so that it is nice and tight. So go through the bicone, get into position to add the next unit. Like this, I'm gonna add the entire, I'm gonna come around. Hopefully it will be 18, I think, if we combine these two. Maybe 16, we don't know. Let's see once we get there. So now my thread is exiting out down, so I pick up now a bicone 11 and then 6mm and then come back through the 11 here on the top and pull my thread. See that? So I'll continue doing the same until I come back to a circle. Now my thread is on the outside, so what I pick up a 6mm 11 and then an elongated bead. So it will differ every time you pick up, depending upon which side of the flower you come out of, either the inside or the outside. Making sure when you pull, your thread is not, cut because of the crystal. Just make sure of that and go back through the crystal, the 11 and then through the elongated bicone. And now I am ready to add the next unit. I'll do a couple more units and I'll come back once I'm done with the circle. So hi friends, I have actually come around in the circle. So there is 16 of this elongated bicones in the circle. I figured that should be exact, because when I do this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and then there is 8 here, and then if I connect just one, the circle seems to be perfect, otherwise it will become big. So what I'm going to do here is, we already have the 11 seed bead on either side. Only thing we need is a 6mm English cut bead. Okay, and then come down through the first 11 seed bead in the first unit and the first elongated bicone. Okay, this way you will connect the circle. Okay, on the top. In the inside we need to connect. For that, come back down through the elongated bicone in this last elongated bicone in the circle, and then when you do that, you would have essentially connected everything. So making sure your thread there we go. Our circle is done and ready. Now we need to add this bead in the center, right? And then reinforce. Of course, see how flimsy this is, so we have to reinforce by going through. That's why we have a lot of thread in hand. So first of all, What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go through the next English cut bead in the circle. We have to tie this to the earring, so at some point I need to add the Picasso lemon seed beads, which I have used in the other one. So this is our tail thread. Make sure it doesn't get mixed up. So go through this bead. So there we go. So right across, what you can do is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and the 8th bead. Go through and pull that through. It's almost pretty. So I just go ahead and reinforce the entire circle, and I'll go multiple times through this bead as well to secure that in place, and then I'll come back to show you guys how my bail will look. We need a bail to connect it to the necklace. So my thread is exiting out here. I'm reinforcing it only half of the, and I want to do bail here. So from here to the next bead probably, or actually go back. So I came this way, so I'll go back, come down here, come up there. So the thing is, I want to have a perimeter as well. So the thing is, it is a pendant, we need security around too, so I'm thinking of doing a seed bead around here. Just the seed beads. I know I could have done the combination, but I did it this way so that only it's a monotonous, this color only will have means this one color only will be highlighted at this point of time from here to there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this bead right here. Okay, so this is the center point that I'm trying to go. Pick up 3 of this 11 Mayuki seed beads, go through the next English cut bead. There we go. See, this itself is struggling here. Now it will look like a Pico, right? So that's what now I shall pick up 11 like alternate this by 5 beads, or I can go through the wire guardian directly. It'll fit perfectly in the space. So I'm just going to go through the wire guardian, one loop, come through the next loop, and then go through the next English cut bead in the circle, making sure everything sits in its place. Just this this part is crucial. We need this to sit perfectly, just like so. There we go. Now we need to reinforce, but that's okay. But if you can see, it is twisting apart, so what I'm going to do is take it off, probably raise it, because if we keep on tightening, this is loose right now, if we keep on tightening all of the beads, then it's a high probability that this will twist completely. So I'll take this off. Before adding the wire guardian, probably add some seed beads. Purple, and then this one, then go through this, and then drop everything down. Okay, then come back through the loop in the wire guardian, and then add both the 11 seed beads and go through the English cut bead there. Now let's see how it fits. Still it feels twisted for some reason. What we can do is, so before doing the bell I thought I will do the Pico thing, so I alternated the Pico and the purple so that I can connect the two colors together. So it's a little bit some places it's flat and some places it's like a Pico. I'll tell you guys how to exactly get the Pico effect, but pick up a seed bead, 11 seed bead, and go through the next English cut bead, and in the next pick up 3 of the 11 because these are Miyukis, these are small, so in this color, and then go through the next one. But if I try to do the Pico in between every single bead, it becomes tight and it's a little bit wobbly, so just make sure they sit like this. So pick up 11, go through the next one. I finished the circle. You will have to go through that completely. Okay, this is where my thread is exiting from. I've added the beads around, so if we keep it flat, this is how it looks. The only part here is not standing like that. There we go. If we take it and keep it, it will eventually go. And also when you reinforce the outer round, when you go through only 2 beads and not the 3 beads, so that way the third bead in the middle will stand up automatically. So that is how this works. And you go through this one. See, in this Pico I go through the bottom 2 beads and not go through the top bead. That way that will stand out. And so I need my bail somewhere here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go through this English cut. I am not going to use my, if I do also it will twist, so I'm not going to use my wire guard here. I'm just going to pick up 5 of the seed beads, or I can do it with the jump ring. I don't have to do with this. I can attach this with the jump ring. That will be much more easier. So I'll just go through this outer circle again, and I'll reinforce the center as well. And as I said, don't go through all 3 of the seed beads for it to stand in a Pico shape. Just eliminate this bead and go through the next bead. Just like that. See, it will automatically pop out. So I'll go around and reinforce the middle too, and I'll come back. So I finished the pendant and I didn't add any bail to it. I thought I will add it with jump rings, and then I started the necklace pattern. I have here some bead stringing wire. This is 7-strand bead stringing wire. It's not a branded one, but I have this one, so I'm using it, and I have a small pattern right here. So I have only 14 of the elongated beads left. I think I might have some a little bit more, but I want to do this pattern. Here I am separating the 6mm beads with the Picasso's lavender seed beads, and here with the regular one. And then I got here a jump ring which I'm trying to close. Okay, this is just a regular 6mm jump ring, but I don't want to stop at one because it's always a risk. So I'm just going to take another and try to squeeze that in. There is one other option to add this pendant to the necklace, which is a bit easier, but I still doubt it. I mean, I don't know if you guys know. I think my jump ring is vanished. Okay, let me take the other one right here. The thing is, let me know if a necklace can hold on one single lavender seed bead. If that's so, we can thread into the one of the Pico seed beads and then call it a day. But I want to try and squeeze this jump ring in if I can. That would be great. But in the process, I don't want to actually break my seed bead right here. Okay, so this is what we have so far. I decided to take the jump ring off because I am very scared with just one jump ring it might actually come off, since it's open, and if it is not open we cannot of course add it here. So I have here some 20 gauge artistic wire in my stash, and then what I'm going to do here is take this. If I let it go, this entire spool will come off, so I just want to make sure that that doesn't happen. It's easy to make your own jump rings, as you guys already know. If you're not aware, I have some videos on how to make your own jump rings on my channel. You can go ahead and watch it. So here we have, straighten your wire with your nylon jaw pliers. Okay, and then we have this bagel making pliers in different sizes, right? So we can use this. Take it and 1, 2, 3, 4. The size 4 mandrel is the one I'm using to make the jump ring. So I just roll it a couple of times so that we have the exact size of jump ring. Already I have distorted this shape, I don't know why, but hold it tight and roll it. Now you have like a coil kind of a bead right here. Go ahead, this is the flush cutting side, and this side cuts in a V format, as you guys can see here. So this is the flush cutting side. So I'm going to go ahead and use that and then snip this off. You need a pair of sharp wire cutters for this. See, this one is not good. I'll go ahead and cut this off as well. Okay, so you can make your own jump rings by cutting this off in the flush cut side, and then go ahead in the same place you can cut it off, and then you can make jump ring that way. Today we will do something different. So cut this wire off. Okay, and then go ahead and take your pliers and make a loop with the second biggest mandrel in here. Then take the third biggest mandrel and place it right there after the loop, and then take it around just like that, and then go ahead where it intersects, cut with your wire cutters flush. We have something of an 8 figure right here, and then you can, if you want, you can also hammer this down and then make sure it touches the spot. So this is what we have. This side, open it up and add it to the place where we were supposed to add the jump ring. Just this side, this side. I'm just pushing that in. There we go. And then take it and close this up. Okay. Now we have that. What we can do here is add it to our necklace right here. The chances of this coming off is, but you will have like a gap right here. If you like this, you can go ahead with this, or you can do a jump ring. I'm still not convinced of the fact that how secure this is. This will be secure. The only problem is there is a gap, and I may see if I like it. So add the 6 millimeter, 11.0, 6 millimeter, 11.0, 6 millimeter, and just see if you like it. If you don't like it, then it's a different ball game altogether. You can go ahead with the jump ring. I kind of like it. Kind of feels good. And if you don't want to have the pendant here, you can take it off as well. So I'm just going to continue threading the same pattern. So 5 of the hexagon beads, and then the elongated beads, and probably the end will be also hexagon beads. So that's what my pattern is going to be. I will finish stringing this, and I will show you guys how to add a crimp bead and finish our necklace. Hi friends, I did have more of these beads which I was trying this design out, so I had it there. This is about, say, I would say, let me see, it's about, say, 9.5 inches. So it'll be like around a 20-inch necklace. So if you want a shorter one, you would probably use less number of beads. And then I'm going to flat crimp, and here is my crimp tubes. I'm going to take a silver one. Okay. Now I have this special clasp. I had it for quite some time now. I want to use this decorative clasp, and I have a split ring for its closure right here. I'm just going to add the clasp after the crimp tube. Come back to the crimp tube. Oh, I'm so sorry guys. I was talking to the phone and I had the mic on. I'm so sorry. Friends, welcome back. Here is the pattern. I had more of these beads, of course. It's a very long strand. So I had more of these beads, which I was trying this design out. So it was there. So I picked it up. And this necklace is about, say, 20 inches with the clasp. I have this clasp. I added a crimp tube, as you guys can see. And then I went through the clasp. And then I'm going to... so the clasp will be like this, right? Yeah, perfect. So come back through the crimp tube and the crystal bead, and then probably pull this, because this is one side. We will have to do the other side, so that time is the one we need to be very careful. Here we go. Go ahead and crimp it. Make sure the wire is parallel inside and not like crisscrossed. That's the only thing you need to make sure. And now you can either snip this off, excess tail off, okay, and then push all the beads towards this side. Okay, now obviously there will be less number of these beads. I added 3 more, I guess. And then for the clasp, so let's see, 1 2 3 6 9 9, okay, 3 6 9 11, 3 6 7 8 9 10 11. So this much will go for the beads. And then for crimping, so I'll cut about here. Okay, now I will add the rest of the beads. It's actually a pretty necklace. The color is so pleasing, amazing mint green, and then this lilac color, so it's extremely pretty. And the pastel colors are always something that nobody will say no to. So this necklace is gonna be a pretty one. I think that should do. Let me see here. If we do like this, we can get exactly what the size you got. One more. Okay, here we go. Lemon seed beads is a pretty seed beads to work as a spacer bead, so I really like those as a spacer bead. So here we go. Our necklace is uniform, yes, and then take the crimp tube and then the split ring. So come back through the crimp tube. So here it is. I came back through the crimp tube, and what I'm going to do is pull, hold the end, and then pull, then push the bead towards the necklace, and hold the end, and then pull as much as you can, and how much ever you want the loop to be, the size of the loop to be. Make sure everything is proper. You can go back, so if everything is proper, and you always keep it in a U format, like how you would wear around your neck, and don't keep it straight because it might be very stiff. So we want a little bit of a gap for it to move freely. Then go ahead and crimp the crimp tube. I'm flat crimping it. You can also use crimping pliers to crimp, but I have been flat crimping for several years with much more success. Here we go. This is how much we lost with the beading wire. So here it is, our necklace and our clasp. I really like this, how this turned out to be. I still have 4 more of this elongated bicones, and especially for this summer this is perfect. I feel it's like a very perfect design. necklace design for this summer. I hope you guys like it too. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out my other videos on GGC Treasure Bag, the spring palette. Have a good day. Bye bye.